All right, so how many times has this happened to you that you have been thinking to start something new? You have started that new thing, yet you're not able to complete it. I don't know about you, but it has definitely happened with me so many times, be it any hobby or side hustle. Every single time I start something new, it's always hard to see the finish line. And actually, when I was reading this book called Finish What You Start, I was kind of surprised to see that even the author who has written this book found himself in a similar situation where he said that he had so many ideas which never saw the light of the day. And that really made me think, well, if I have felt that, if this author is feeling that, surely there'll be so many more people who might have faced a similar situation. And hence this video. So this book, which is 8 chapters long, this book talks about the fact that why we are not able to finish everything we start. And actually, I would like to start with the first thing, where the author has divided the why we are not able to finish what we start into two main components. First is psychological roadblocks, where we are not able to see ourselves completing their task. Also, sometimes there's a concept in psychology called cold and hot psychology. When you're really in the momentum and you're feeling good about yourself, and then you tell yourself that, all right, if I'm doing this good today, surely I'll be doing the same in the next week and the month. But we often forget that in life, that doesn't really happen. The way we feel about things today might be different from the way we feel about them tomorrow. Under psychological roadblocks, there's another thing about fear of failure, rejection, judgments of people around us, what people will say about our efforts to do something new. The other component of why we're not really able to finish what we start is inhibiting tactics, where we're not really able to manage our time well, or we are not able to break down our tasks into smaller bits, perhaps setting ourselves really bad goals. And the author Hollins calls setting up the bad goals the biggest mistake when it comes to you're not able to finish what you start. One of the examples could be, when somebody says, oh, from next year, I'm going to start the gym. However, they don't really break it down that when they're going to go to the gym, what's the reason behind them going to the gym, and also what will be the strategy they would. Most of the times we see these things happening in the New Year's or even at our birthdays when we are really feeling fresh, excited and new and we want to do something new. Second reason why we're not able to finish what we start is discipline versus motivation. Let me tell you one thing. I am a strong believer that motivation is such an overrated concept. Yes, it's okay. You may disagree with me. It's fine. But the reason why I say that, because so many times there are moments in our life where we're not really feeling like doing something, yet we have to do it. And so I really like the tagline of Nike, which says, just do it. Now, you keep on relying on motivation, or if we are feeling like doing it or not. Tell me how many times you can really accomplish things which you really want to do. On the other hand, if you really want to accomplish something, no matter how you're feeling, you would get it done. And to be honest, I can give you my examples. And my PhD is the biggest example of that. Sometimes you're tired, you're exhausted by your research as well, but yet do you get it done. My second example actually is this YouTube channel, which you're just watching me on right now. Right now, it's 10:15 p.m. where I am right now. I had a long day at work. Started from 8 in the morning up until 7:38 p.m. I came back home, I just had my dinner, and now I'm recording this video. Why? Because I really want to do it. So the bottom line is that if you would like to work on one skill, pick discipline and not motivation. And actually, my next point links back to that previous point as well, is that when we start doing something, we kind of get into a momentum and we carry on doing the same thing. So I'll give you my example. For a very long time, I really wanted to bring in writing first thing in the morning in my routine. Every single time in the morning, I would think, oh, I don't have the time to sit down and write. I have so many other things to do. It only happened though when I realized that I just have to sit and make a start. So for one day, I told myself, all right, I have no time, fine, but I have 1 minute. I can sit down, grab my copy, grab my pen, and can start writing. And guess what happened next? Once I started writing, I just sat there for a good 5-10 minutes, and when I looked at my diary, I had written already 2 pages. And that made me realize, well, it's always about the mental block we have about starting something. And actually, when we really start something, we get into a momentum and we carry on. So building a momentum can really also help when it comes to finishing what we start. Also, look at what are your motivators when you're trying to get something done. Are they internal motivators or external? So, for example, if you have any external motivators, it could be money, it could be fame, it could be because you have somebody who is really motivating you, encouraging you to do that. Or is it something internally where you really want to achieve that for your internal reasons? Ask yourself, what is it that you really want to achieve by achieving this task? Think about your reason, think about your why, and try to understand that why. Many times it really helps us to see through things and we're able to finish them. And finally, the author suggests that create a manifesto for you. Just list down those things which really can be important for you to achieving your tasks. Also list down your problems and challenges which really becomes a hurdle in you achieving your task. So note down what it really is distracts you to achieving your task. Is there anything which makes you procrastinate it? Are you really fearing to start this? Are you fearful of rejection, or are you fearful of failure, or perhaps you think about what people are going to think about you? Start eliminating those factors which are really not that important, but you're just making them big in your own mind. And then just plan accordingly what really works for you. There it is. You have finished what you have started by just following through these steps. I really hope this video was helpful. Do read this book as well if you have the time, and do let me know what would you like to finish in 2025. Until next video, take care. Bye.